How's everyone doing? I am Mobile Master Tech, and we are here. I'm at home right now. Wanted to give a T-Mobile update. We all know, auction 108 has been going, making its rounds throughout the nation. Um, here in Ocala, which is the Orlando PEA, we had 150 megahertz of N41, as well as another 40 megahertz on band 41. So that was the full 190 megahertz. Now, band 41 was um, BRS spectrum. It didn't really apply to this auction at all. This auction was a EBS spectrum, which is an educational broadband service, not BRS. So, which I believe stands for broadband radio service. Uh, but anyways, we still went from the 150 to 180. So that extra 10 megahertz, I don't know what happened to it or why they didn't include it because it was already in use by us. So that's kind of weird to take away spectrum. Been trying to figure out why they would do that, especially because it was BRS spectrum, so it has nothing to do with, say, licensing from that spec. It had nothing to do with that auction. We had access to all 190, and then they took 10 away. Don't know why. Some people say it's the Ericsson 6449 radios. They can't do 190. We have seen several people report that's not the case, and they have in their market 190 on 6449s. Even if that was the case, the 6419s, they can do it as well, and the ones that are around me that are 6419, they are still doing the 180. So that kind of throws that out of the window. I don't know why T-Mobile went for such an odd choice. Maybe in the future they put up the rest of the 10 megahertz, but anyways, let's just do a quick test. So this is going to be on T-Mobile's home internet, and I want to see if it really did anything for peak speed around this time where there's a lot of usage. And I'm going to have to say it didn't. Um, T-Mobile appears to be heavily throttling the network in my area. I used to around this time, when it was in its infancy, I would hit 500-600 all day long. It's come to this now, and I'm telling you, it's not because of the network. They're just really deprioritizing you, unfortunately, with this product. Now, this is the newer gateway that we have here, and it's going to. The problem I'm having with this is, uh, so I bought the external antenna back in, I think it was like Halloween or something. I've had it for a while. You guys have seen the video. Put it up. It's outside right now. I can switch back and forth in between the two antennas. And honestly, even though it's pointing directly towards the tower, there's really no difference. You see that high ping time? It goes from 22 to 95 to 22. So it's very inconsistent, I guess. It's kind of all over the place. I'm going to head downstairs. Those were upstairs speed tests. I'm going to head downstairs. And I'm going to actually change the antenna to the outside antenna. My connection is excellent. There's 10 devices connected. And excuse me. I'm going to turn it to external right now. So it says success, external antenna is active. So I'm going to go ahead and do another test. Mind you, this antenna is now outdoors. And it does appear to help this time, but a lot of the times they're interchange. It doesn't really help much. I'm not going to lie. And that's due to just the depri. It's not the signal. The problem is not the signal. The problem is the depri that the home internet is getting, unfortunately, on the network. but not bad. But it used to be far better. You see the ping times are all over the place. It could be 692, 34, 22. Jitters not too great. I would say if you live in an area where not many T-Mobile customers are around, and you just so happen to have N41 antenna, go for it. If you live in a city where T-Mobile, like in the city, I live in the city limits, so T-Mobile, they're going to be a little bit more congested over here. I was one of the first, if not the first. I'm pretty sure I was the first fixed wireless access user in my respective area because I was on the beta. So I've had this product for over 3 years now. And as you can see, the ping times are very inconsistent. The jitter, very inconsistent. It's all over the place, unfortunately. And I don't feel like the extra 30 megahertz really helped too much, if I'm being honest. This is pretty much what I was seeing before. Maybe, no, this is about what I was seeing before. This is pretty in line with what was going on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn off that. I'm going to go in. Show you guys what I'm running. You got the 180 right here. And actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to go in here. And I was playing with it a little bit, so I'm going to go in here and make it normal. There. So you got the N71, you got the N41, both channels. And now it's 80. So the 80 megahertz channel can now be the primary. The ping times, though, have gotten so much better. As you can see, 12 millisecond ping times. I can tell you that was not the case at all. Mind you, this is downstairs, so this is really good. And the downloads, definitely a little bit faster for sure. Not too much, maybe 100 megabits. And the uplink is about what it was before. But those ping times are consistently better than what it was. Average ping times on this site was around 22 to 25. So this is really good to see. But as you can see, for the fixed wireless home access point, mind you, this is, I mean, it is in incredible signal territory. Full bars on the home internet access. And this tower is not really being slowed down. They just really don't want to mess up the wireless experience. So 11 ping time, the ping times were never this good. So that's telling me right now they just don't want to mess up the wireless experience. And so they're just really deprying their network on fixed wireless access, unfortunately. I don't really game too much on fixed wireless access anymore because unless it's nighttime, because of the inconsistency due to me being in a more T-Mobile centric neighborhood where I feel like they definitely have a large market share here. But as you can see, it's not because of the network. It's not slow. As a matter of fact, I would say, so the sites around here, most of them have 2 gig backhaul provisioning. This means that their peak speeds at any given time, I've hit up to about 1.7. Can't go any higher than that whatsoever. And even that's like hard. That's really hard to do. So the next one, they need to go to 3 gig because there was one site in Denellen, Florida, still in the county, but close on the west side. That tower actually received 3 gig provisioning. And on 150 megahertz, I was getting over 2 gigs. And you guys have seen the video for that. So that's the tower I really want to test because I think that one can push, now with the extra 30 megahertz, can probably push around 2.5, 2.6 gigs. Which is incredible coming from a tower that's brand new, of course, and those are 6419s as well. Yeah, so really good speeds. You got the 14 ping time up to down to 11, very consistent, almost a gig down. I would bet if I put this in NSA mode, which we can go ahead and do that, I would be willing to bet that I might be able to hit a gig, maybe. So you can see even in NSA mode, the ping times are still just as low as SA. Just as low. Doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and check the network. 20 megahertz, 80 megahertz, 120. So that's 120. That's 220 total. And then we'll go ahead and we'll turn off 5G and LTE only this. Go to LTE all. You'll see band 41 is completely gone. So when we go to LTE all, you will see, let's go ahead and check in. Yeah, you see 30 megahertz, but there is 40. So the S23, S22, S20, I would say pretty much the S line in general. Unlike the Pixels and the Motorola, for whatever reason, they will not do 4-channel carrier aggregation on T-Mobile on LTE. So it interchanges between, the spectrum assets. So there's 20 megahertz of band 2. That's not in this equation. But even without it, you can see the network speeds. I thought, I was worried that getting rid of that 40 megahertz of band 41 for like load balancing was gonna mess up the network, if you will, for LTE. But it didn't at all. And as you can see, I'm missing 20 megahertz of this spectrum. So that's good to see. That is still working very well. Mind you, we're in the city limits. We're not in, the middle of nowhere. So very good to see. The network performs nothing short of excellent. And yeah, really cool to see. Very nice. Let me come in here and redo it again because I think I messed up. Anyways, it's gonna do it for the video. If you like what you see on the channel, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Terrell352. And until the next video, I'm out.